Welcome, my friends, and thank you for joining me today. If you're watching this, chances are you've had nights where sleep just wouldn't come, no matter how tired you were. You tossed, you turned, you tried different pillows, different positions, maybe even paced around the room in frustration. You looked at the clock, and with every passing hour, you felt more and more anxious about how exhausted you'd be the next morning. And for many seniors, this is not just an occasional frustration. It's a nightly battle. Now, let me ask you something very important. When was the last time you had a night of truly deep, restorative sleep? The kind where you wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, energized, and clear-headed, ready to take on the day? For many of us, that kind of sleep feels like a distant memory. Instead, what we get is fragmented sleep, drifting off, waking up several times during the night, staring at the ceiling, or waking up much earlier than we'd like. And it's not just frustrating, it's damaging. Because sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity, especially as we age. Without deep sleep, our muscles struggle to repair themselves, our brain doesn't get the chance to clear away toxins, and our immune system weakens. In fact, research shows that poor sleep is directly linked to memory loss, muscle decline, and faster aging. But here's the good news. Today, we are going to explore a powerful yet simple solution, a natural drink that can help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and even support muscle growth overnight. That's right. Imagine sipping something before bed that not only calms your mind and body, but also works while you're asleep to repair your muscles, strengthen your body, and make you feel years younger. And the best part? It's not a pill. It's not an expensive supplement. It's something natural, safe, and accessible to almost everyone. Before we dive into that, let's talk about why this issue is so urgent for seniors. You see, as we age, several changes happen in the body that make sleep much harder to achieve. First, our bodies produce less melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. Melatonin is like the conductor of your internal orchestra, signaling when it's time to wind down and when it's time to wake up. But as melatonin drops with age, many seniors struggle to fall asleep at their usual bedtime. Second, cortisol, the stress hormone, often stays elevated in the evening for older adults. And if cortisol is high, forget about sleep. Your mind races, your body stays tense, and instead of drifting into rest, you're trapped in a state of alertness. On top of that, the brain itself changes with age. The deep sleep stage, called slow-wave sleep, gets shorter and less intense. This is a big deal because it's during slow-wave sleep that your muscles release growth hormone, the very hormone that helps repair and strengthen tissue after daily wear and tear. If you don't get deep sleep, your muscles can't properly recover, and over time this leads to weakness, instability, and even a higher risk of falls. So, let's put it together. Aging reduces melatonin, increases cortisol, and shortens deep sleep cycles. That means less rest, less healing, and less muscle strength. And yet, here's the irony. While sleep problems are common, they're not normal. They're not something you should just accept as part of getting older. Sleep is still possible, restorative sleep is still within reach, and natural solutions exist to help you get there. That's why this drink we're going to uncover is so exciting. Now, I want to pause and remind you, you are not alone in this. Millions of seniors struggle with sleep every single night. Studies estimate that up to 50% of adults over 60 suffer from chronic insomnia or frequent sleep disturbances. That's 1 out of every 2 people. So if you've been blaming yourself, thinking maybe it's your fault, let me reassure you, it's not your fault. It's your biology. But biology can be supported, adjusted, and nourished. And that's where lifestyle, nutrition, and natural remedies step in. Think of sleep like building a house. You need the right foundation, the right materials, and the right tools. If any of those are missing, the house collapses. In the same way, your body needs the right nutrients, the right environment, and the right signals to build strong, healthy sleep. If even one of those is missing, you end up with broken nights. But when you supply your body with the right building blocks, sleep can become effortless again. So what is this natural bedtime drink we're going to reveal? Without giving it all away just yet, let me give you a hint. It's rich in certain compounds that calm your nervous system, lower cortisol, and promote melatonin production naturally. It also contains amino acids that directly support muscle repair, meaning your body doesn't just rest while you sleep, it rebuilds itself. Imagine that. While you're dreaming, your muscles are healing, your strength is returning, and your energy is being restored. That's the power of the right nutrients at the right time. And here's something else you may not know. Many common bedtime habits actually sabotage sleep. Maybe you've tried having a glass of wine before bed, thinking it would help you relax. Yes, alcohol might make you drowsy at first, but it destroys deep sleep later in the night. Or maybe you reach for a sugary snack or a cup of tea in the evening. Sugar spikes your blood sugar, leading to energy crashes and restlessness. Tea, even green or black tea, often contains caffeine that lingers in your system long after you've finished sipping it. These habits may feel comforting, but they're silently stealing your deep sleep. By contrast, the drink we're talking about works with your body, not against it. It nudges your hormones in the right direction, keeps your blood sugar stable, and tells your nervous system, it's safe to rest now. But before we get to the recipe, let's paint a picture of what's possible. Imagine going to bed tonight, sipping this drink, and feeling your body gently relax. Your shoulders soften, your breath deepens, your mind slows down. You climb into bed, close your eyes, and within minutes you drift off into a deep, peaceful sleep. No tossing, no turning, no endless thoughts. Just calm, restorative rest. And when morning comes, you wake up without that heavy fog, without the aches and stiffness, without the feeling that you barely survived the night. Instead, you wake up refreshed, your muscles feel looser and stronger, and you have the energy to enjoy your day. That's not just a fantasy. It's what's possible when you nourish your body the right way. And here's why this matters so much. Every night of good sleep doesn't just give you energy the next day. It builds up over time. Night after night, your muscles get stronger, your immune system gets sharper, your memory improves, and your mood lifts. This isn't about one miracle night. It's about building a cycle of renewal. And that cycle starts with one simple, natural bedtime drink that anyone over 60 can add to their routine. So stay with me, because in the next part, we're going to break down exactly what this drink is, why it works, and how you can make it a part of your nightly routine starting tonight. Now that we've laid the foundation about why sleep is so critical, let's get to the heart of today's topic, the natural bedtime drink that has been helping seniors finally sleep deeply again while also supporting muscle repair. And the best part? You don't need fancy supplements, expensive powders, or complicated recipes. You likely already have these ingredients in your kitchen or can easily find them in any grocery store. The drink is a warm blend of tart cherry juice, magnesium, and a touch of protein-rich milk or plant-based milk. Let's unpack why this combination is so powerful. First, let's talk about tart cherry juice. This is not your ordinary sweet cherry juice. Tart cherries, also known as Montmorency cherries, are one of the only natural food sources of melatonin. Remember earlier when I said seniors often produce less melatonin with age? Well, tart cherries help fill that gap. They provide a natural boost to your body's own sleep hormone, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. In fact, several clinical studies have shown that drinking tart cherry juice before bed can increase total sleep time by as much as 84 minutes. That is more than an extra hour of rest every single night. But tart cherries do more than just boost melatonin. They're also rich in antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which fight inflammation. Why does this matter for sleep? Because inflammation in the body can cause pain, stiffness, and discomfort that wakes you up during the night. By lowering inflammation, tart cherries help your body stay calm and pain-free so you can rest deeply. And let's not forget, less inflammation also means healthier joints, better mobility, and slower aging overall. Next, let's add magnesium into the picture. Magnesium is often called nature's relaxation mineral because it plays a direct role in calming the nervous system. Think of magnesium as the off switch for your body's stress response. It helps regulate cortisol, lowers blood pressure, and relaxes tight muscles. Many seniors are deficient in magnesium without even realizing it, which leads to restless sleep, leg cramps, and anxiety at night. By adding a small amount of magnesium-rich foods or supplements into this bedtime drink, you give your body the relaxation signal it's been missing. Magnesium also interacts beautifully with melatonin, making its effects even stronger. It's like giving your sleep system the perfect 1-2 punch. Now let's talk about the third ingredient, protein from milk or plant-based milk. Why add protein to a bedtime drink? Here's the secret. While you're asleep, your body doesn't just rest, it repairs. And muscle repair requires protein, specifically amino acids. If you go to bed on an empty stomach or without the right nutrients, your muscles won't get the building blocks they need. But by adding just a small amount of protein, like from warm cow's milk, almond milk, or soy milk, you're providing your muscles with fuel to grow and repair while you sleep. This is especially important for seniors, because after the age of 60, muscle breakdown outpaces muscle building. Without proper support, this leads to sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. But by sipping this drink before bed, you give your muscles the exact nutrients they need at the exact right time. So to recap, tart cherry juice helps you fall asleep faster with natural melatonin. Magnesium relaxes your body and calms your nervous system, and protein provides the building blocks for muscle repair overnight. Together, they create a trifecta of better sleep, stronger muscles, and a more energized body. Now let's make it practical. Here's how you can prepare this bedtime drink at home. Take half a cup of tart cherry juice. Make sure it's 100% tart cherry with no added sugar. Pour it into a small pot and warm it gently. Don't boil it, just warm it to a soothing temperature. Then add half a cup of warm milk or plant-based milk. Stir gently. Next, add a pinch of magnesium powder if you have it, or you can use a magnesium-rich food like a sprinkle of pumpkin seed powder or a teaspoon of cacao. Mix it well, pour into a mug, and sip slowly about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The warmth itself will help signal your body to relax. The cherries boost your melatonin naturally. The magnesium eases your stress. And the milk provides the gentle protein your muscles crave. Within minutes, you'll start to feel calmer, your eyelids will grow heavier, and before you know it, you'll be drifting off into restorative sleep. Now, let us talk science for a moment because I know some of you want more than just recipes. You want proof. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that adults who drank tart cherry juice for 2 weeks reported significant improvements in sleep quality and duration. Another study from Northumbria University in the UK confirmed that tart cherry juice not only increased melatonin levels, but also improved sleep efficiency, meaning people spent more time in deep restorative sleep. When it comes to magnesium, hundreds of studies show its role in regulating neurotransmitters like GABA, which is the brain's natural calming signal. Low GABA means racing thoughts, but adequate magnesium helps your brain slow down. In fact, research in older adults has found that magnesium supplementation improves both the time it takes to fall asleep and the quality of deep sleep. And for protein, studies from sports nutrition have long shown that consuming protein before bed enhances muscle protein synthesis overnight. But this isn't just for athletes. Seniors need it even more. A study from Maastricht University in the Netherlands found that seniors who consumed casein protein before bed had greater muscle repair and strength gains than those who didn't EQT. So this bedtime drink is not just a feel-good tradition, it's backed by hard science. But I know what you're thinking. What if I don't like tart cherry juice? Or what if it's hard to find in my area? Don't worry, you can customize this drink to your taste. If tart cherry isn't available, you can use kiwi, which is also rich in serotonin and promotes sleep. You can also use chamomile tea as a base, adding magnesium and protein to it. The principle remains the same. Relax the body, boost sleep hormones, and fuel muscle repair. Now imagine what this could mean for your daily life. Instead of dragging yourself through mornings fueled only by coffee, you wake up refreshed. Instead of feeling stiff and sore, your muscles feel stronger. Instead of feeling foggy or forgetful, your brain is sharper. Over time, this one small nightly habit could mean fewer falls, better memory, and even a longer lifespan. All from a simple bedtime drink. And here's the truth. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful. We've been conditioned to believe that only pills or complicated treatments can solve our health problems, but nature already gave us everything we need. Tart cherries, magnesium, and protein. It's all there, waiting to be used. So tonight I invite you to try this. Make this drink, Sit in a quiet spot, take slow sips, and allow your body to shift gears into rest mode. Give yourself permission to sleep deeply, because you deserve it. And remember, it is not just about tonight. It is about creating a cycle of healing and strength that will carry you through the years ahead. Stay with me, because in the next part, we're going to talk about the hidden habits that sabotage sleep. Things you might be doing unknowingly every night that are stealing your rest and weakening your muscles. Once you know what to avoid, combined with this bedtime drink, your sleep will transform. Now that you've discovered the powerful bedtime drink that can transform your nights, let's go even deeper. Because here's the reality. Even if you start drinking tart cherry juice with magnesium and protein every night, there are certain habits you may be doing, without even realizing it, that can undo all of its benefits. These are the hidden sleep saboteurs, the things that creep into your routine and silently rob you of the deep rest your body desperately needs. And when you're over 60, every hour of quality sleep matters even more. Imagine this. You've made your warm bedtime drink, you're ready to sleep, but then you stay glued to your television or smartphone for another hour. That light shining from the screen is more powerful than you think. The blue light tricks your brain into believing it's still daytime. Your brain holds back on releasing melatonin, the very hormone you need to fall asleep. Seniors are already producing less melatonin than younger adults, so this added disruption makes it even harder to drift off. The solution is simple but powerful. Turn off screens at least 60 minutes before bed. Instead, let yourself wind down with quiet activities like reading, listening to calming music, or gentle stretching. Your brain will thank you with deeper, faster sleep. Another saboteur is caffeine, and here's where many seniors go wrong. You might say, "Oh, I only drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, I should be fine." But what you might not realize is that caffeine can stay in your system for up to 10 hours. That means the cup you enjoyed at 11 a.m. could still be interfering with your sleep at 9 p.m. And if you're someone who drinks tea, soda, or even chocolate later in the day, that caffeine builds up even more. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical in your brain that tells you it's time to rest. Without that natural signal, your body doesn't fully switch into sleep mode. The fix? Keep caffeine limited to the very early morning, and afternoon, switch to caffeine-free alternatives like herbal teas or warm water with lemon. Alcohol is another sneaky thief of sleep. Some people believe a glass of wine before bed helps them relax. And yes, alcohol might make you fall asleep faster, but here's the catch. It drastically reduces deep, restorative sleep. It fragments your rest, meaning you wake up more often in the night, sometimes without even realizing it. And the next morning you don't feel rested, you feel sluggish and weak. For seniors, that kind of poor sleep has serious consequences. It increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and accelerates muscle loss. If you want your bedtime drink to work, skip the alcohol before bed. Then there's one habit many seniors overlook: going to bed hungry or overly full. Both extremes disrupt sleep. If you go to bed hungry, your body stays alert because it thinks you need to find food. If you go to bed stuffed, your digestion keeps working overtime, making it hard to enter deep sleep. The bedtime drink we talked about earlier solves this by giving your body just enough nourishment: protein for muscle repair, magnesium for relaxation, and melatonin from cherries for rest, without overwhelming your stomach. But let's not forget another hidden saboteur: inconsistent sleep schedules. Your body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It thrives on routine. If you go to bed at 10 p.m. one night, 1 a.m. the next, and midnight after that, your brain never knows when to release melatonin. It's like constantly changing the start time of a race. Your body can't prepare properly. Seniors who stick to consistent bedtimes and wake times tend to fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and wake up more refreshed. Think of it as training your body the way you train a muscle. It responds best to consistency. Now let's talk about stress and worry, because they're some of the biggest enemies of sleep, especially for older adults. Maybe you worry about health, finances, or family. You lay down in bed, but your mind doesn't turn off. It spins with thoughts, and sleep becomes impossible. Here's where magnesium in your bedtime drink works wonders, but beyond that, you can add simple rituals to ease your mind. Deep breathing exercises, writing down your worries in a journal before bed, or practicing gratitude can shift your brain from fight or flight into rest and digest. This isn't just a feel-good idea, it's backed by science. Research shows that seniors who practice mindfulness before bed fall asleep faster and wake up fewer times in the night. Let me share a quick story to illustrate. A retired teacher named Robert once told me he hadn't had a full night's sleep in years. He blamed it on aging. But when we looked closer, his nightly routine was sabotaging him. He drank tea at 5 p.m., scrolled on his tablet until midnight, and went to bed at random times depending on what was on TV. Once he swapped his evening tea for caffeine-free rooibos, set his devices aside after 9 p.m., and stuck to a 10:30 bedtime, his sleep completely changed. Add in the tart cherry drink we discussed, and within 3 weeks, he was waking up refreshed for the first time in years. His muscles felt stronger, his energy was higher, and he even started walking more because he wasn't so tired. Robert's story is proof. It's not just age, it's habits. Temperature is another factor you might not think about. Your body actually needs to cool down slightly to fall asleep. If your bedroom is too hot, your body struggles to release heat, and that keeps you tossing and turning. The sweet spot is usually between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Seniors often feel colder as they age, but piling on too many blankets can backfire, making you sweat and wake up. Instead, keep your room cool and use breathable bedding. You'll sleep deeper without the constant wake-ups. Finally, let's address medications. Many seniors take prescription drugs for blood pressure, cholesterol, or pain. What's often overlooked is that some medications can interfere with sleep. Beta blockers, for example, are known to reduce melatonin production. Certain pain medications can cause restlessness. This doesn't mean you should stop your prescriptions. Never do that without your doctor's guidance. But it does mean you should be aware. If you suspect your medication is affecting your sleep, talk to your healthcare provider. Sometimes adjusting the timing of the dose or switching to an alternative can make a world of difference. When you put all of this together, it becomes clear. Better sleep isn't just about what you add, like the bedtime drink. It's also about what you remove. Eliminate the habits that sabotage your rest, and you'll magnify the benefits of everything else you do. Imagine the transformation if you combined both strategies. You prepare your tart cherry bedtime drink, you avoid caffeine after noon, you keep your room cool, and you stick to a consistent sleep routine. Instead of lying awake for hours, you fall asleep naturally. Instead of waking up groggy, you rise with energy. Instead of losing muscle every year, your body rebuilds strength overnight. That's the power of aligning your habits with your biology. So tonight, before bed, I encourage you to do a quick reflection. Ask yourself, am I doing any of these hidden saboteurs? Am I drinking caffeine too late, staring at screens before bed, going to sleep at random times? Once you spot the problem, you're already halfway to fixing it. And when you combine these changes with your bedtime drink, you create the perfect storm for better health. Stay tuned because in the next part, we'll talk about what happens inside your body while you sleep. Most people don't realize that deep sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about repairing muscles, strengthening your immune system, and even preventing diseases like Alzheimer's. Understanding this process will show you just how important every night of good sleep really is. Think of deep sleep as your body's secret repair workshop. Every night when you drift into that heavy, dreamless stage, your body doesn't just shut down, it gets busy. In fact, what happens during those hours is so critical that missing them for even a few nights can change the way you think, feel, and move. Let's start with your muscles, because this is where many seniors struggle. During the day, every movement you make, walking, lifting groceries, even climbing a small flight of stairs, puts stress on your muscles. Tiny microscopic tears form in your muscle fibers. This is normal. It's actually how strength is built. But here is the key. Your muscles don't repair themselves while you re-awake. The repair process only switches on during deep sleep. That's when your body floods the muscles with growth hormone, often called HGH. This hormone is like the construction crew of your body. It takes those tiny tears, rebuilds them stronger, and prevents muscle wasting. For seniors, this is crucial because after 60, the natural levels of growth hormone drop dramatically. That's why poor sleep can accelerate muscle loss. But when you give your body deep rest, the little growth hormone you still produce works at its peak, protecting your strength and independence. Now let's move to your brain. During deep sleep, your brain runs a kind of cleaning crew. Imagine your brain cells surrounded by fluid. While you're awake, toxins and waste build up in this fluid, byproducts of all the thinking, learning, and processing you do during the day. But when you enter deep sleep, your brain cells actually shrink a little. This creates extra space for fluid to wash through, flushing away waste like beta amyloid, the sticky protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Scientists call this the glymphatic system, and it's most active when you're in deep sleep. For seniors, this isn't just about memory, it's about protecting long-term brain health. Skipping deep sleep night after night means toxins aren't cleared out, and over time, that increases the risk of cognitive decline. Let's not forget your immune system. You may have noticed that when you're tired and sleep-deprived, you catch colds more easily. That's no coincidence. Deep sleep is when your immune system produces infection-fighting cells and proteins. It also strengthens immunological memory, which means your body remembers how to fight off viruses it has encountered before. Seniors often have weaker immune systems to begin with, which makes quality sleep even more vital. If you want to stay resilient against illnesses, deep sleep is as important as any vitamin or supplement. Here's another fascinating detail. During deep sleep, your body also regulates blood sugar and metabolism. If you don't get enough, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that helps control blood sugar levels. That's why poor sleep is linked to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. For seniors who may already struggle with blood sugar control, this can make a huge difference. Getting consistent deep sleep can improve insulin sensitivity, stabilize energy levels, and reduce those sudden crashes that leave you feeling drained during the day. But the magic of deep sleep doesn't stop there. It also strengthens your bones. Studies show that during slow-wave sleep, bone-building cells called osteoblasts become more active. At the same time, bone breakdown cells slow down. This means deep sleep is like a nightly investment in stronger bones, protecting you against fractures and osteoporosis. Seniors who get poor sleep often have weaker bones and face a higher risk of falls. Strong, uninterrupted deep sleep is like invisible armor for your skeleton. Another critical system that benefits from deep sleep is your heart. When you fall into this stage, your heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, and your blood vessels relax. This nightly rest for your cardiovascular system reduces the strain that builds up during the day. Without it, blood pressure stays elevated, arteries stiffen, and the risk of heart attacks or strokes goes up. In fact, research shows that people who sleep less than 6 hours a night are significantly more likely to develop heart disease. For seniors who may already have heart concerns, deep sleep is one of the simplest, most natural ways to protect cardiovascular health. Let me share a quick story here. A woman named Evelyn, 72, had struggled with high blood pressure for years. She was taking medication, eating carefully, but still felt drained and weak. After her doctor suggested focusing on sleep, she made small changes, including drinking tart cherry juice before bed, cutting out late-night caffeine, and keeping a consistent bedtime. Within a few months, not only did her sleep improve, but her blood pressure readings began to stabilize. Her doctor was amazed, and Evelyn said she hadn't felt this energetic in decades. That's the hidden power of deep sleep. It works silently, but the benefits show up in every corner of your health. Now let's explore how deep sleep influences hormones beyond growth hormone. During this stage, your body balances key regulators like cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol naturally peaks in the morning to help you wake up, and it should decline at night. But when sleep is poor, cortisol stays high, keeping your body in a state of stress. High cortisol not only makes sleep harder, but also breaks down muscle and increases belly fat. Deep sleep lowers cortisol, calming your body and protecting your muscles. For seniors trying to stay lean and strong, this balance is priceless. Another hormone affected is leptin, the one that signals fullness, and ghrelin, the one that triggers hunger. Lack of deep sleep throws these hormones off balance. You feel hungrier, crave sugary foods, and it becomes harder to control weight. Seniors often think weight gain is just part of aging, but poor sleep is often the silent driver. With better deep sleep, hunger hormones stabilize, making it easier to maintain a healthy diet without constant cravings. The The cycle of deep sleep also plays a role in skin health. During the day, your skin faces damage from sun, pollution, and stress. At night, particularly in deep sleep, blood flow to the skin increases, delivering nutrients and oxygen needed for repair. Collagen production rises, reducing wrinkles and improving elasticity. That's why people who sleep deeply often look fresher and younger. It's not vanity, it's biology. For seniors, deep sleep is like a natural anti-aging treatment working from the inside out. One more overlooked benefit: deep sleep helps balance your emotional state. Without it, the brain's emotional centers, particularly the amygdala, become hyperactive. That means you react more strongly to stress, frustration, or sadness. Seniors who don't sleep well often report feeling more irritable or anxious, which can strain relationships. But with quality deep sleep, emotional regulation improves. You feel calmer, more positive, and better able to handle daily challenges. If we put all of this together, it paints a powerful picture. Deep sleep isn't just about resting, it's about rebuilding. It's your body's chance to repair muscles, strengthen bones, cleanse the brain, balance hormones, protect the heart, and renew the immune system. Without it, aging accelerates. With it, aging slows. So, the next time you think of your bedtime drink or your sleep routine, remember this. You're not just preparing for rest, you're preparing for healing, protection, and renewal. You are giving your body the tools it needs to fight back against the natural challenges of aging.
When circulation improves, something magical happens. Your muscles receive more oxygen, more nutrients, and more hydration at the cellular level. That means less fatigue, quicker recovery after activity, and the strength to keep doing the things you love, whether it's gardening, walking with friends, or simply climbing a set of stairs without stopping to catch your breath. Studies from respected universities show that older adults who regularly consume beetroot or beetroot powder experience measurable improvements in endurance, stamina, and even cognitive function. It's like flipping the switch back on in systems that aging tries to dim. And here's the best part: adding beetroot powder to water. Dose and tea just help muscles today. It helps protect them for the future. It fights against sarcopenia by ensuring your muscle fibers are always well fed and well oxygenated. It's a defense strategy that works quietly but powerfully in the background every time you drink it. Now imagine this daily ritual: waking up, filling your glass with water, adding a pinch of natural electrolytes, squeeze of lemon, and a spoonful of beetroot powder. It's not just a drink, it's a shield. It's a shield against weakness, fatigue, and decline. Instead of fearing age, you're fueling strength. And so, when you think about that simple glass of water in the morning, I want you to see it differently. It's no longer just a way to quench your thirst. It becomes a daily ritual of protection, of empowerment, of saying to yourself, I still have control over my body and my health. That one choice can ripple through your day. Your muscles stay stronger, your energy lasts longer, your mind stays clearer. Many seniors make the mistake of waiting until weakness shows up before they act. But the real secret is prevention. Hydration, the right nutrients, and natural boosters like beetroot powder are in tea meant to be emergency fixes. They re-shields you build now,
so you never have to face the worst effects of sarcopenia later.
a 5. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, when you reach for your water, ask yourself, am I fueling my strength, or am I just filling my glass? If you add the right things, that glass becomes more than water. It becomes life-giving medicine from nature itself, protecting your muscles, your circulation, your energy, and your independence. And if this message spoke to you, then don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone you care about, maybe a friend, a sibling, or even a parent, because the truth is, too many seniors are silently losing strength without even realizing it. But together, we can stop that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because in every video, I'll be giving you practical, science-backed, natural strategies to not only protect your health after 60, but to thrive. You deserve to live with strength, with freedom, and with confidence. It all starts with simple, daily choices, like what you put in your water each morning, for educational purposes only, not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet or supplements.
So let's take a step back and remember the bigger picture. After 60, your body is naturally fighting an uphill battle against muscle loss. Doctors call it sarcopenia, and most seniors simply accept it as normal aging. But you now know the truth. It doesn't have to be that way. The real secret isn't just eating more eggs or buying expensive supplements. It's about choosing foods that work with your body's changing needs, not against them. Seeds like chia, hemp, and pumpkin may look tiny, but inside them is a powerhouse of muscle-saving nutrition. They don't just match eggs in protein, they surpass them in delivering fiber, magnesium, omega-3s, and antioxidants that keep your muscles firing, your energy steady, and your body resilient. Every spoonful, every sprinkle, every handful is like telling your muscles, I'm giving you the tools to stay strong. And that's the real message here. You don't need complicated diets or magic pills. You need simple, natural, daily choices. Imagine your morning starting with a glass of water thickened with chia, or your lunch salad topped with crunchy pumpkin seeds, or your smoothie blended with hemp. That's not just food. It's your shield against weakness, frailty, and the frustration of losing your independence. The next time someone tells you eggs are the best protein source, you'll smile. Because you know the bigger secret, the real muscle protectors come from nature's smallest packages. And if you start today, yes, even with just 1 tablespoon, you're already rewriting your future strength. So here's my challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, add one of these seeds to your breakfast. Do it again the next day. Watch how your energy, your mobility, and even your confidence begin to shift. Sometimes, the biggest results come from the smallest habits. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this eye-opening and valuable, make sure to hit that like button, share this with a friend who also deserves to stay strong after 60, and subscribe for more science-backed health tips you won't hear anywhere else. Together, we'll keep building a future of strength, energy, and independence, one meal at a time. And as always, this video is for educational purposes only, not medical advice. Talk to your healthcare provider before making major changes to your diet. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back, my friend. Now that we've built the perfect sleep environment, let's take the next step. What you put into your body before bedtime. Think of it this way. Your body is like a finely tuned machine, and the fuel you give it at night decides whether it spends those hours repairing, growing, and healing, or tossing and turning in discomfort. For seniors, this is especially important because your body naturally loses muscle mass and bone density with age. Every night of deep sleep is like a workshop where your body builds muscle fibers, strengthens bones, and balances hormones. But if you go to bed without the right nutrients, that workshop doesn't have the tools it needs. That's where natural bedtime drinks and remedies come in. They provide your body with what it needs to do its job overnight. Let's start with one of the oldest and most powerful remedies, warm milk. Now, I know some people dismiss this as an old wives' tale, but there's real science behind it. Milk contains tryptophan, an amino acid that your body converts into serotonin, and then melatonin, the sleep hormone. It's like a natural sleep switch. On top of that, milk has casein protein, which digests slowly, feeding your muscles throughout the night. This is critical for seniors trying to fight muscle loss. While fast-digesting proteins like whey are good during the day, slow-digesting proteins like casein are perfect before bed because they keep a steady stream of amino acids flowing to your muscles while you sleep. So when your body enters deep sleep repair mode, it doesn't run out of fuel. Many seniors who switched to drinking a warm cup of milk before bed reported not only falling asleep easier, but also waking up with less muscle stiffness in the morning. If you're lactose intolerant, don't worry. There are plant-based alternatives that can be just as effective. For example, soy milk and almond milk are rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a big role in relaxing your muscles and calming your nervous system. Magnesium helps regulate neurotransmitters that prepare your brain for sleep. Low magnesium levels have been linked to insomnia and restless leg syndrome, two things that rob seniors of deep rest. That is why a warm cup of almond milk or soy milk before bed can act like nature's tranquilizer, and if you blend it with a teaspoon of honey, you get a gentle rise in insulin, which helps tryptophan cross into the brain more effectively, enhancing melatonin production. It's a simple but powerful combination. Another powerful bedtime drink is chamomile tea. For centuries, chamomile has been used as a calming herb, and now science confirms why. Chamomile contains apigenin, an antioxidant that binds to receptors in your brain to reduce anxiety and promote sleepiness. But beyond that, chamomile also reduces inflammation, which is incredibly important for seniors. Think about it. If your joints ache, if your muscles are inflamed, your body spends the night battling that pain instead of repairing tissues. A cup of chamomile tea not only calms your mind, but also sets the stage for deeper physical recovery. Now let's talk about tart cherry juice. This one surprises a lot of people. Tart cherries are one of the only natural foods that actually contain melatonin. Drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice before bed has been shown in studies to increase sleep time and improve sleep quality. But it doesn't stop there. Tart cherries are also packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which reduce muscle soreness and speed up recovery. Athletes have been using tart cherry juice for years to bounce back after intense workouts. For seniors, the benefit is even greater: better sleep, less stiffness, and faster recovery from daily activities. Imagine waking up with your joints feeling less creaky and your muscles less heavy. That's the magic of tart cherries. Golden milk, also known as turmeric milk, is another incredible bedtime remedy. It's made by warming milk with turmeric, ginger, and sometimes cinnamon. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound famous for its anti-inflammatory properties. Seniors struggling with arthritis, stiff joints, or muscle soreness can benefit tremendously from this drink. And when paired with milk, you get the double benefit: the sleep-inducing effect of tryptophan and the muscle-protecting effect of casein protein. Some seniors describe golden milk as a nightly body repair tonic because it soothes inflammation while fueling muscle growth during sleep. Let's not forget about magnesium-rich herbal blends. Teas made with valerian root, lavender, or passion flower are excellent natural sleep aids. Valerian root, in particular, has been shown to increase levels of GABA, a calming neurotransmitter in the brain. For seniors who often lie awake with a racing mind, valerian tea works almost like a natural sedative. Lavender tea, on the other hand, not only calms the mind but also reduces heart rate and blood pressure, creating the perfect conditions for deep rest. And then there's the humble banana smoothie. Bananas are packed with magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B6, all nutrients that play a role in muscle relaxation and melatonin production. Blending a banana with warm milk or almond milk creates a creamy, nutrient-packed bedtime drink. Seniors who deal with leg cramps or restless legs often find this combination works wonders. It's simple, natural, and effective. But here's a crucial point. Timing matters. You don't want to drink a huge glass of anything right before bed, or you'll find yourself waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. The trick is to consume these drinks about 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. That way, your body absorbs the nutrients, starts to relax, and you still have time to empty your bladder before sleep. Now, let's combine science with practicality. Imagine this routine. You dim the lights, put away your phone, and head to the kitchen. You warm a cup of milk with a teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of cinnamon, stirring it slowly. You sit quietly, sipping the golden milk as your body begins to relax. Within half an hour, your muscles feel looser, your mind calmer. You head into your cool, quiet bedroom, slip under the covers, and drift off into deep, restorative sleep. Your muscles spend the next 7-8 hours repairing, rebuilding, and growing stronger. That's not just sleep, that's healing. Now, some of you might be wondering, what about supplements? The truth is, while natural foods are always the best choice, certain supplements can be beneficial for seniors. Magnesium glycinate, melatonin capsules, and collagen peptides are safe options for many. Collagen, in particular, helps repair joints and connective tissues while you sleep, which is vital for maintaining mobility and independence as you age. But supplements should always be used wisely, ideally under the guidance of a healthcare professional. The beauty of these natural remedies is that they don't just knock you out like sleeping pills do. Instead, they gently guide your body into its natural rhythm, supporting both sleep and muscle recovery. Sleeping pills can force sleep, but often reduce the amount of deep sleep you get, leaving you groggy the next day. Natural remedies, on the other hand, enhance the quality of your sleep, leaving you refreshed and stronger when you wake up. So to recap, the best bedtime drinks and remedies for seniors looking to improve deep sleep and muscle repair include warm milk, almond or soy milk with honey chamomile tea, tart cherry juice, golden milk valerian or lavender tea, and banana smoothies. Each one offers unique benefits, but they all share one goal: helping your body unlock the power of deep sleep. Now imagine if you combine these drinks with the sleep environment we talked about earlier. A cool, dark, quiet room, a supportive bed, and a calming bedtime routine, all paired with a natural, nutrient-packed drink. That's a recipe for nights of true rejuvenation, where your body gets stronger instead of weaker. And that, my friend, is how seniors can take back control of their nights, without medications, without side effects, and without frustration. With the right drink in your cup and the right habits in place, every night becomes an opportunity to heal. You've stayed with me on this journey through the world of sleep, nutrition, and muscle health, and that tells me something very important about you. You're not just looking for a quick fix. You're serious about making your health, your strength, and your quality of life better every single day. That's powerful. And today in this part, I want to go even deeper with you. We've already talked about how certain drinks, minerals, and routines can dramatically improve your sleep. But now let's pull it all together and ask, how do we sustain this? How do we turn better sleep and stronger muscles from a temporary win into a lifelong advantage? Because the truth is, no single magic drink works unless it fits into your lifestyle consistently. It's not about doing it for one night or even 1 week. It's about creating a rhythm your body can rely on, especially after 60. So let's break this down into 3 layers. Layer 1, the nighttime ritual. Science shows that our brains love patterns. When you repeat the same small actions before bed, your body begins to recognize those cues as a signal. It is time to sleep. For seniors especially, routines are powerful because they stabilize circadian rhythms. What does this mean in practice? It could look like this: turning off bright lights an hour before bed, drinking your chosen bedtime drink, whether it's tart cherry juice, golden milk, or a magnesium-rich warm tea, doing light stretches which release built-up muscle tension, breathing slowly for 2 to 3 minutes to calm your nervous system. When you pair a calming drink with these rituals, it's not just about the nutrients. It's about creating a whole-body message. Relax, recover, restore. Layer 2, the nutrition-sleep-muscle connection. Let's look at what actually happens inside your body while you sleep. After 60, one of the biggest health challenges is anabolic resistance. That is a fancy way of saying your body doesn't build muscle as easily as it used to. Even if you eat enough protein, your muscles aren't as efficient at using it. But here's the exciting part. Deep sleep can reduce this problem. During deep sleep, growth hormone rises, muscle repair accelerates, and protein synthesis kicks in. That means if you're not sleeping deeply, you are not just feeling tired, you are actually missing out on one of the most powerful muscle-building opportunities your body has. That's why combining sleep-promoting drinks with protein-rich nutrition during the day is so important. For example, if you enjoy pumpkin seed milk at night, you're giving your body magnesium to relax, tryptophan to boost melatonin, and protein to support overnight repair. That's a triple win. Layer 3, movement and muscle signals. Now, here's something most people miss. Muscles don't just respond to protein and sleep. They also respond to signals. When you do light resistance training, even just body weight squats, resistance bands, or simple push-ups against the wall, you're sending a powerful signal to your body. We need these muscles. Keep them strong. Pair that with your nighttime recovery drink, and you're creating the perfect cycle. Stress the muscle during the day, fuel it with nutrition, repair it with deep sleep. This is how seniors not only maintain muscle, but in many cases actually reverse muscle loss. Now let's get practical. You might be thinking, this all sounds good, but what should I do tonight? So let me walk you through an example of a bedtime plan you could follow starting right away. Around 7 p.m., finish your last heavy meal. This gives your body time to digest before sleep. Around 8:30 p.m., dim the lights, switch off the TV if possible, or at least lower the brightness. Around 9 p.m., prepare your bedtime drink. Maybe you choose golden milk with turmeric, warm almond milk with honey, or a small cup of tart cherry juice. Sip it slowly. After your drink, do 5 minutes of light stretching. Nothing intense, just gentle movements for your back, shoulders, and legs. Right before bed, sit quietly, breathe deeply, and focus on relaxing each part of your body. Follow this simple routine for just 1 week and notice the difference, not just in how quickly you fall asleep, but in how rested and energized you feel in the morning. The science of tryptophan and melatonin. I want to circle back to one key nutrient you've heard me mention, tryptophan. This amino acid is found in seeds, nuts, and milk. It's the building block of serotonin, which then becomes melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Now, here is something fascinating. Research shows that when seniors consume tryptophan-rich foods or drinks in the evening, not only does sleep improve, but muscle health benefits too. That's because serotonin also plays a role in reducing inflammation, which is a hidden cause of nighttime restlessness. Less inflammation means more comfort, and more comfort means deeper sleep. So if you've been tossing and turning because of stiff joints or sore muscles, this might be the missing piece. A word of encouragement. Now, I want to pause and talk directly to you. Maybe you've been struggling with sleep for months, even years. Maybe you've tried different remedies and nothing has worked long-term. Or maybe you've just accepted that poor sleep is part of aging. But I want you to know something very clearly. It's not too late. Your body still has incredible potential to heal, adapt, and grow stronger. Yes, even after 60. Especially after 60 if you give it the right tools. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's the foundation of your health. And when you give your body consistent, restorative sleep, you're not just adding hours of rest, you're adding years of vitality.